Hi friends, my name is Aqil Ahmed. In this particular video tutorial, I will be talking about the script component transformation in SSIS. So the agenda of today's video tutorial is what is script component transformation and how to use the script component transformation in SSIS packages. Script component transformation basically is an SSIS component that can be used to modify the value of a column on the fly before writing it to destination. We can also add new columns to the data flow during the transformation. We can use .NET, C# or VB.NET languages to write the custom scripts inside the script component. So for example, we can write some if-else statements for a column to modify its value, or we can make a copy of an existing column or add new columns as well. In this video tutorial, I will be loading data from a CSV file to a SQL Server table, and then I will add below columns to the data flow. So before going to explain this full name, gender 1, gender 2 and company 2 columns, let me show you the source CSV file so that you have some idea about on which data set you are going to work with. So this is the CSV file that we are going to load. So we have columns like IT, then we have columns first name, last name, gender and company name. Actually we will be merging data from first name and last name to a full name column, and then gender has values like female, so we will change it to like female will be changed to F and male will be changed to M. And then company name, we will add a new column as company name 2 and we'll uppersize the value from the company name. So now as you have seen the data, so full name will be it will be a combination of first name and last name columns. Okay, so we have first name and last name columns in the CSV file, so we will merge both columns to get a full name column. And then gender name will be calculated based on the data from the gender column using the substring function. You know, we have gender column and it has values like male and female, so using the substring function in C# we will actually get the values like M or F based on the data. And then we will also add a new column gender 2, so it will also get calculated from the gender column. However, it will be calculated based on the if-else statements in the C# language. We will add the fourth column as company 2. It will be basically a duplicate copy of the company column which is in the source CSV file. However, data will be in the upper format. So in this particular video tutorial, we will be adding 4 new columns and we will be modifying their values. If you have not seen my video on derived column transformation, then you can see that as well, because in that particular video I have done the similar thing. I have loaded the same data and then I have added 4 columns like full name, gender 1, gender 2 and company 2, and then I have modified data as per the derived column transformation. So you can see this video, derived column transformation, I have done the same thing. However, the difference is that in this particular video tutorial I have used the derived column transformation to do the modification. However, in current scenario I will be using the script component to do the changes. Okay, so let's go back to the SQL Server data tools and let's start the demo. So this is my SQL Server data tools 2013 that I'm going to use to create the SSIS package. And as we are going to deal with the data, so we will be dealing with the data flow task. So just drag and drop the data flow task and double click data flow task to configure it. Then you can, as we are going to read data from a CSV file, so we will be using the flat file source to read the data. Double click flat file source, make a new connection to the CSV file that we are going to load. This is our CSV file. You can preview data here like first name, last name and gender columns. Click OK. Okay, so now we have configured the flat file source. Now it's time to drag and drop the script component transformation. So this is the script component transformation. You can just simply drag and drop into the data flow task. So once you will try to drag and drop, it will ask you how you want to use the script component. So either we can use it as a source or a destination or a transformation. So in this particular case we are going to use a transformation, as this will be placed between the source and the destination. However, if you want to use it as a destination, then you can choose as destination as well or source as well, you know, whatever you want. But in this particular example I will be going to use it as a transformation. So click OK. Now connect the output of flat file source with the input of the script component, and now right click and edit the script component. So here you can see script language is Microsoft Visual C#. You can use VB.NET as well if you want, Visual Basic, but in this particular case I am going to use the Visual C# as I am comfortable with that language. And then we need to add 4 new columns to the data flow. So just simply click on input and outputs, and then expand the outputs, and then click on the output columns, and here you can add 4 new columns that you want to add. Click add column to add a new column. So our first column will be full name, and you can change the data type to like maybe string, and length can be 50. Add a new column. Our new column will be gender 1. Okay, and the data, you can change the data type to string, and the length can be 1 because it will be having values like M or F. Okay, now let's one more column, gender 2. It will also contain the same values like M or F, so change it to string, and the length will be 1. Now let's add the final 4th column, which will be company 2, and change the data type to string, and leave the length as 50. So it will be a duplicate copy of the company column with data in the upper format. Now click on the input columns. Check the columns which you want to read in the data flow. So we want to read the first name, last name, gender, and company name. So if you are going to modify the values of these columns like first name, last name, gender, then you need to change it from read only to read write. So for example, if you want to do some trim function, or you want to modify the value of the first name, so you need to change it to read write. Otherwise, if you are just going to read the values from these columns, then you can leave these columns like as read only. So okay, so let me just change it to read write first name, as I want to trim the values in the first name. So I just want to show you, like, if you are going to modify the value of the first name, then you need to change to read write. Now click on the script and click edit script, so that you can write your own custom script inside the script component. Okay, so you need to come to here, input 0, process input row, and you need to add your code here. Okay, I always prefer to do the transformation in script component, as I have some background in C# language, and it is very easy to do the transformation in script component. So for example, in this particular case, as we will be going to add a full name column, and it will be a combination of first name, last name column. So what you need to do to access a column, you need to write like row dot, and then the column name to which you want to assign the values, full name. So full name will be basically a combination of row dot first name, so, and then plus we will concatenate first name and last name, so row dot last name, semicolon, that's it. So what is it is going to do, this line of code, it is going to assign the column full name with the values of the first name plus space and last name. Okay, so this is the simple one line of code to concatenate 2 columns in the script component. Now we need to assign the value gender 1. It will be calculated based on the data from gender column using substring function. Okay, so now we are going to assign the value to the gender 1 column. So row dot gender 1. So let's read the data from the gender, row dot gender, and then substring function. So substring function basically the 0 based starting character. So 0, it will start from 0, and we want to read just 1 character, like from female we want to read F, and from male we want to read as M. So that's it. So just one line of code, and it can assign the value to gender 1 column from the gender column. And now in the third one, gender 2, it will also get calculated from gender based on the if else statement. So you simply need to write like if row dot gender double equal to male, then what need to be row dot gender 2. So gender 2 will be assigned as M. That's it for male. And else if row dot gender is female, then you simply need to assign row dot gender 2 as F. So that's it. So this is the if else condition. So what it is checking, it's checking the value in the row or gender. So if it will be male, then the gender 2 will be M, and if the row or gender will be female, then it will be F. So very straightforward if else condition. And now the last one and very easy one. So in the last one, company 2, it will be a duplicate copy of company column having data in uppercasing. So what you need to do is assign the value to the row.company2 from row.company column, okay, and then change the data to uppercase to upper. That's it. So only this particular code can modify the values in the script component using the C# language. So it is going to concatenate the values first name and last name and going to assign it to full name, and then this particular code is going to read the first character from the gender column and going to assign to gender 1, and this particular code is basically checking if data is male, then the gender 2 will be M, and if data is female, then gender 2 will be F. So you can write your own similar kind of code here. And yeah, I forgot that you can also do the trim in script component as well. So for example, for first name, row.first name, we can write like row.first name, and we can trim the value as. So you can simply use the trim function, and that's it. It can trim the values for a particular column. So if you have data which has some spaces, I mean the leading or trailing spaces, then you can use the trim function as well. So simply go to the file menu and click on exit, and then click OK. So we have written the script component code here. So now let's dump this data to a SQL Server table. So drag and drop OLEDB destination, connect the output of the script component with the input of the OLEDB destination, and double click OLEDB destination to configure it. We already have a connection developer.testing. So make a new table inside this particular database. Our table name can be script component. Okay, and then go to the mapping. So input columns have been mapped with the destination columns. Click OK, and now you can execute this SSIS package. So this should read data from source, modify data using the script component, add 4 new columns here, and then write data to a SQL Server destination. So if you go to the SQL Server Management Studio, and if you refresh the tables, so you can see script component table is here, and you can select data from this particular table. So you can see we have new columns like gender 2 and gender 1. So these have values based on the gender column, and we have a full name column here, which is a combination of first name and last name columns, and then we have company 2 column, so which is a duplicate copy of the company name column except the data in the upper format. Thanks guys for watching the video, and if you like the video, then please click the like button and do subscribe to our channel to see more videos on SSIS and other related technologies. Thank you so much.